Hi friends, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Debra's Money Journey. I want to share what positions I hold in Vanguard and also how many shares do I have and the total amount I have in this account. If you're new here, I am going over all of my individual investment accounts. I'm sharing each platform in a separate video just to give you an idea that casual investing works. It doesn't mean you need a lot of money to get started. Sometimes you may only have $25 a month or 50 or more. What you need to understand is that it's not always the amount, but it's the consistency that counts, even when it comes to doing things like investing in your future. And since 2021, which is when I opened up my first account, and believe it or not, Vanguard was the very first investment account that I opened up. I really didn't have any knowledge about what I was doing, but I watched a lot of videos and I gained a lot of knowledge doing it. If you want to know a little bit about my background with investing, go to my first video, that is investing with SoFi, to get more information. But for this video, because I've already gone over everything, I'm going to get started sharing my Vanguard information. And before I move forward, I just want to remind everybody, I am not a financial expert. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my platforms, the positions I have picked, just to give you an idea that the investing style that I use, you can still earn a lot of money over time. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I was not in my 20s, 30s, 40s when I started doing this. I was actually in my 50s. And I have been doing very small amounts, but I've done it on a consistent basis. And it has really helped a lot. So I'm going to go into details about my Vanguard account. And the positions that I have invested in are Lucid Group. That is an energy stock. That's the only non-ETF that I have invested in this platform. I have Vanguard Real Estate Index, Vanguard S&P Value ETF, Vanguard Communications, Vanguard High Dividend Yield, and Vanguard Total Stock Market. Those are all the positions I have in Vanguard. So with Lucid, I did buy this when their share price was over $25. As you can see, it went down to nothing. I have 2 shares and the value is only $4.46. It's pretty sad, but I'm just going to keep it here. It's not, I lost everything in this position, but I have hopes that maybe this company will gain some momentum because there's going to be more competition in this sector. All right, Vanguard Real Estate Index, VNQ. Um, the share price is $89.32. I have 2.165 shares, and my current value is $193.38. And this one pays dividends quarterly. So this payment was made in March, and I won't be receiving any additional dividends until June. All right, the next position is Vanguard S&P Value ETF, VOOV. This was the first position I opened up when I started doing personal investing. After I did a lot of research, I watched a lot of videos. People were really giving Vanguard a lot of high marks and talk about how wonderful a platform it is. I opened up a Vanguard account, and when I saw the price of VOO, if you know about investing, you know about the cost of some of these stocks, that one was very expensive. I believe it was about $500 back then. Now it's over 500, but I could not afford it. So when we got the stimulus checks and I had been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with some of the money, I decided I'm going to go for it and just open up an investment account and start investing. And that was the first stock. And I remember I bought 1 share and it was about $140. And believe it or not, every day I would log in and look at it, my 1 share of this position. And it wasn't really doing anything because you have to keep investing. You have to keep adding money to your investment accounts. You can't just add one amount and leave it. That's okay if you don't really want to see a lot of growth. But if you want to really see growth in your account, you have to keep adding money to it. And so that from that one position, I have grown my portfolio into multiple positions. Okay, so I have now, because it was 140 when I bought it, now it's $182.61 a share. And I have 5.696 shares, and the current value is $1,040.07. So I've earned $4.85 in dividends this year. Vanguard Communications is next. That's VLX. A share is $159.36. I have 2.036 shares, and that's valued at $324.46. I've earned 78 cents in dividends. And then I have Vanguard, high yield dividend, VYM, and you're going to earn a dividend on this one because it is a dividend ETF. And its share price is $129.02. I have 13.37 shares, and the value is $1,725. And the dividend I earned was $9.60. And the last position in my Vanguard account is VTI. This is one that I bought last year. I was a little leery about Vanguard because you had to buy a full share. They weren't letting you buy fractional shares. So guys, now you can get fractional shares on Vanguard, which is great. So I'm able to deposit $50 sometimes, and I just put $10 in each one of these accounts, or I'll put the full 50 on one account, but I don't have to buy the full share anymore. So that is great. And so for this one share is $289.88, and I have 7.132 shares. My value is $2,067.34, and the dividends I've earned so far are $6.52. So that is my Vanguard portfolio. These are all the positions I have. I don't want to overwhelm myself because I have so many other positions and platforms that I use. And so I'm very comfortable just building these up. I'm okay with this mix. I have real estate, I have communications, I have a stock dedicated to just high yield and earning dividends. And then I have the total stock market through VTI. So I'm very pleased with this portfolio, and for in terms of money that I have to continue to purchase shares or fractional shares, I have $101.05. That is what my buying power is currently. And dividends earned is $23.75. So yeah, $23.75 is not a whole lot of money, but that $23 is still more than what I had, and it was money that I earned for free. So make sure when you do earn dividends that you reinvest them. Wait until you're ready to start using that money, then you can turn the drip off. But until then, keep reinvesting because you're just adding more to your positions. So in my Vanguard platform, I have a total of $5,455.76 in this platform invested. And I'm very pleased with Vanguard. I wouldn't say it's the easiest platform to use, I'm just going to be honest, but it's to me a very steady, very reliable company. And I'm very pleased with the progress and that I have this platform to use to invest in, more solid stocks, more solid positions. And what you can do is when there's an ETF, do a little research on the ETF to see exactly what are all the companies that particular ETF is invested in, so that because I believe communications, for example, is invested in telecommunications companies. And so even though I don't have the individual stocks, I have the basket of stocks so that I'm investing in multiple companies. And so that's the way to go, at least for me. It works for me. I will be sharing part 3 in my next update. I appreciate you all for stopping by, and I really hope that everybody is out there doing more with their money and making some money moves, not just saving, putting it in a savings account, but you're actually diving into the investment world. You will be very shocked at how much money you can save doing that. Until next time, talk to you all soon. Take care.